Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala al-falah. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر, الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
فلا تخشوهم واخشوني اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام الدين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Dear beloved Muslims, believers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All praise is due to Allah, who has sent down upon his servant the Quran, and there is nothing in it that is crooked. It is upright, straight, and it serves as a warning to those who reject faith, and it serves as good news for those who believe and work righteous deeds to bring out the potentialities that are in them that Allah has instilled in them. Praise be to Allah, who has sent down upon us an obligation to carry this Quran, to carry this book. And Allah says to reveal to Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is reported in the last revelation that came to him was, اليوم يئس الذين كفروا من دينكم فلا تخشوهم واخشوني. This day have the rejectors of faith given up all hope on your religion. فلا تخشوهم واخشوني. Don't fear them, fear me. This day I have perfected for you and have completed my favor upon you and have chosen for you Islam as your religion. We witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah, the Almighty, who guides to the straight way whomever he pleases. And we witness that Muhammad is his servant and his messenger. We ask that the prayers and peace be upon Muhammad, upon his family, upon his companions, and upon us, dear believers. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Praise be to Allah, Lord, cherisher, sustainer, guardian, involvers of all of the systems of knowledge. And it's the knowledge that it is extracted from these systems that the human being is able to govern his life or misgovern his life, depending upon how he uses it. Dear beloved Muslims, I want to talk to you today from this khutbah, and hopefully that we can share from the Quran the obligation that Allah has put upon us in this religion. And I was reading Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, مَا مَنَعَكَ إِلَّا تَسْجُدَ إِذْ أَمِرْتُكَ. What is the matter with you that you will not make sajda إِذْ أَمِرْتُكَ, when I command you? Speaking to a character discipline in the human being that is called in Quran Iblis. And his answer was, أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْهُ خَلَقَتَنِي مِنْ نَارٍ وَخَلَقَتَنِي مِنْ طِينٍ. I am better than him. You made me from fire, and you made him from clay. My leader, Imam Qasim Ahmad, rahimahullah, he said once in a statement, he said, now, this mindset should have stopped right then when it said, خَلَقَتَنِي مِن نَارٍ. Speaking to Allah, خَلَقَتَنِي مِن نَارٍ. You created me from fire. He said it should have stopped right there. Why? Because Allah created him, he should have recognized his creator. But his arrogance kept going on. And he said, in a way, he said, this is your first racist. One looking at himself and his created thing, his created life, as better than something else that Allah has created. And the question came to me. I said, I would like to ask the believers this question. مَا مَنَعَكَ أَلَّا تَسْجُدَ. What prevents you from making sajda when I, meaning God, command you? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. Because Allah, when He created the creation, and He said, kun fayakun, be, and it is. His amara, His command went inside of that whole creation. So everything in the creation was given its own disposition, its own life. Everything. The human life, the animal life, plant life, everything. But it's only the human being that Allah has trusted. Listen to this now. Allah trusted you with yourself. So much so that He gave you the management over yourself. The horse don't have management over himself. The dog, the cat, the pig, the plants, the animals, the planets, nothing in this creation has management over themselves except the human being. And because He has the management over Himself, Allah trusted you. Imam Qasim Ahmad, rahimahullah alayhi, he said once, he said, Allah is called Al-Mukmin. You say Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Qudus, As-Salam, Al-Mukmin. Al-Mukmin, the believer. He said, who does Allah believe in? We know we believe in Allah. We know we believe in His messenger and His angels and etc. He said, who does Allah believe in? He said, He believed in you. So much so, He trusted you with you. Why don't you trust Him? Why don't we trust Allah with what He gave us? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, تَرَكْتُمْ فِيكُمْ مَا إِن تَمَسَكْتُمْ بِهِمَا لَن تَضِلُّوا أَبَدًا كِتَابُ اللَّهِ وَسُنَّتِي. That I have left, some translators say, I have left with you. تَرَكْتُمْ فِيكُمْ. More properly, I have left in you. That if you, two things, that if you cling to it, tamasaktum, if you hold on to it, lan tadillu abada, you will never, never, never go astray. Kitabullah, the book of Allah, wa sunnati. So Allah left this with us to guide us. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. This is the book in it, لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. There's nothing in it doubtful at all. You can trust it. Hudan, guidance. Lil muttaqin, for those who are taqwa, those who have consciousness of God. And if you look, when we read Al-Fatiha, we often beg, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Guide us on the straight way, guide us on the straight way. And Imam Muhammad, he said this, he said, look, and as soon as you turn the page, Allah answer you your guidance. He said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى. Here, this is the book, in it there's no doubt, and it's the guidance you just asked me for in Al-Fatiha over and over and over again. All you need to do is to have taqwa of me. Be conscious of me in everything that you do, and you'll be guided. And it says, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Those who have so much trust that they believe in the bil-ghayb, the invisible, the abstract. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ, and they establish not just prayer with ritualistic prayer, but devotional obedience. وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, and they spend. And first time we hear spend, we start holding on to our pocket, our bank account, and etc. We're not talking about that. What did Allah put in you to spend? How do you spend your heart? How you spend in your brain? How you spend in your eyes, your ear? All of those five senses that other animals have, but you have the best system of the five system because you are able to extract knowledge from the invisible in the creation and apply it. Animals, the horse, he drinks water. The dog drinks water. The bumblebee, the mosquito, everything drinks water. And they drink it and go about their business. Man drinks water, what do he do? And he say, what is this clear stuff? So it ain't water no more, it becomes H2O. Because he went into the invisible of the matter and extracted out what makes it up. Only you, the human being, can do that. Allah trusted your brain, your mind with this. So when he was making this creation called Adam alayhi wassalatu wassalam, and said, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. I am making a human being, a khalifa, fil ard, in the earth. And the angels say, well, what are you going to do? Make something that causes mischief and bloodshed? Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. Look what God said. You don't just answer me. He said, Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. I am knowing what you're not knowing. So trust me. And right after that, God says, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا ثُمَّ أَرَدَّهُمْ عَلَى الْمَلَائِكَةِ فَقَالَ أَنْبِئُونِي. Then God taught Adam. They say names, asma, nature. But he taught him the potentiality that's everything in creation. And I often ask this question. And I'm going to ask you this question. When is the last time a tree named itself? A dog. When a dog, the bulldog, the poodle, who named them? When is a mountain named itself? A lake, a river, or ocean? Did the space name itself say, I am the space? Did the sun say, and I am the sun? And the moon say, I am the moon? No, they didn't do none of that. Who named them? Adam. Allah put in that ability, in that nature, to name everything in creation. And those things that are discovered and yet to be discovered, who can name them? Adam. What a wonderful nature that God gave to Adam. And God gave to the human being, the Bani Adam, that ability. قَدْ كَرَمْنَا Bani Adam. قَدْ كَرَمْنَا Bani Adam. And we have karamna, honored all of the children of Adam. That's what God says in Quran. So every human being has this honor in them. But what has happened to that honor? It has become dishonorable. They hate each other because of lies, weak ideas, wrong thinking. They judge each other based on the color of their skin, the texture of their hair, what kind of degree they have, or what kind they don't, how much money you guys, etc., etc., etc. Where you get this from? Satan. Because Allah said, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ اتَّقُوا رَبَّكُمُ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُم مِّن نَّفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. Oh humanity, have taqwa of your guardian Lord, who has خَلَقَكُم مِّن نَّفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ, have created you from one nafs, one soul. God did. Not a black soul, not a white soul, Pakistani soul, Arab soul, African soul, all these different things, soul brother and all this stuff. He ain't created you like that. God created you clear. One soul. And it's because Satan has come in and discolored the concept and ideal of the soul. You can't get together in your one soul with unity. However, Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ. The best of you, the most excellent of you, is he that learns the Quran and teach it. And what has the world said? The best of you is he who gets a PhD, a triple PhD, in the knowledge that Allah put in the creation, was extracted out. Now you think you something that you ain't, and you ain't, and you ain't. Now you begin to think that you're really something that you really ain't, because you have not submitted. So Allah said, مَا مَنَعَكَ أَلَّا تَسْجُدَ إِلَّا أَمِرْتُكَ. What prevents you from making sajda when I command you? All you have to do is just make sajda and mean Subhana Rabbi A'la, Subhana Rabbi A'la. Mean that in your soul. And Allah will take all of the knowledge that He's afforded from this creation and we become productive as human beings in this creation. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي خلق الإنسان في أحسن تقويم وبعث النبيين مبشرين ومنذرين وأنزل معهم الكتاب بالحق ليرشد الناس إلى سبيل الهدى ويخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Beloved believers, in concluding this Quran, this great Quran that has gone around the world, and whenever the people were stupid, the Quran made them intelligent. Whenever they were broke, the Quran fixed them. Whenever they were weak, the Quran made them strong. Everywhere the Quran went, when the people were in deplorable condition, the Quran lifted them up. Imam Qasim Ahmad rahimahullah alayhi, he said, look, you cannot have an Islamic community without the Quran. I was at an imams meeting recently, and I told them, I said, imams, you cannot be imams without the Quran. You can have whatever title you want. You can have sheikh, triple sheikh. I don't care what you have. If you don't have the Quran, and I'm not talking about ritualistic Quranic recitation without application. You have a whole lot of recitals of the Quran, but can't apply nothing. Years ago, I was sitting with Imam Qasim Ahmad, and I said, you know, Brother Imam, I still would like to go overseas and study. And we're sitting down, he looked at me real like that. He said, for what? They don't have the religion. I said, they don't? He said, Qasim, if they had the religion, would they be leading the world or following it? I said, they would be leading it. He said, I don't have to say nothing else. The Quran didn't come to follow no book. Muhammad didn't come to follow nobody. He came as a leader. Rahmatul lil Alameen, of mercy to all of the systems of knowledge. This is Muhammad the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when I say ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, I witness that there's nothing worthy of worship except Allah, and I witness that Muhammad is his servant and his messenger. Then that means that's my leader, Muhammad. What did he lead with? He was a good man. Al-Amin. Ta'ala hunna bisura ajil. You know, he was Al-Amin. He was known as trustworthy. He was known as truthful, Siddiq. But when did he become a leader? When he went to them and told them and said, if I told you there was a army over the hill, would you believe me? Oh yes, Al-Amin, we will believe you. Well, why don't you believe me when I say, La ilaha illallah? Oh no, no way. How can one God run all of this? Who will all of these? They are helpers of God. So Muhammad's mission began with the destruction of idols, bringing people's mind away from idolatry and corruption. And when he returned to Mecca Mukarramah, would they say 10,000? Nobody was there counting, but I'm just saying what they said. Did he go and take revenge? Did he go and murder people and kill people, innocent people? So they took your property, let's kill them, let's do this, let's do. Where did he go? Straight to where? The Kaaba. He went into that house that was built by Ibrahim and Ishmael, and he began to throw out the corrupt ideals of worship. And when he threw one down, boom, he said, وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ إِنَّ بَاطِلَ زَهُوقًا. And say, truth has now arrived, and falsehood perished, and falsehood by its nature is bound to perish. وَقُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ إِنَّ بَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. So Muhammad's mission was to deliver the truth so it can dispel all falsehood. And that's what's wrong in the world today. Falsehood is governing in every corner. The people don't even know themselves. They have disfigured themselves, disfigured their nature, and etc. because they've been lied to across the board. Dear beloved Muslims, God says in Quran, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونَ وَيُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Say, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ. Say if you love Allah, and everyone here, I know you love Allah. فَاتَّبِعُونِ. He told Prophet Muhammad, say, then follow me. And Allah will love you and forgive you your sins, and He is oft forgiving and merciful. And right after it said, قُلْ أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. Say, obey Allah and obey His messenger. Well, this is my message to you today. The Muslim world, as they call it, is in great peril. They are confused as hell. They don't know what they want. They've come into wealth. And you have Muslims or call themselves Muslims disfiguring this great religion of peace. When the Muslim greets one another, they don't say, hey, what's happening, man? What's going on? Hello. We know hell is a low condition. We don't go like that. We say, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And what did Allah say? When someone gives you a greeting, give him one equal or better. Our greeting is peace. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, لا تدخلوا الجنة حتى تؤمنوا, that none of you will enter the paradise until he believe. And none of you will believe until you love one another. And should I guide you to a thing that if you love one another, that you will love one another? He said, yes. Afshu salam bayanakum. Afshu salam bayanakum. Spread peace among each other. Spread peace among each other. So the Muslim is not a warmonger and a hater. He's a peaceful man. The only time you break that peace is when you try to take me out of my worship. Oh, I got to worship God because that's my nature. So fattabi'uni, the Prophet said, follow me. Fattabi'uni, follow me. You think following Prophet Muhammad is wearing a jalibiyah or kufi or some sandals? Come on, brothers. If Allah would have raised him, he could have raised him up in Alaska. He could have been raised up in Alaska, in the North Pole. You think he would wear a robe? Sandals? No, he would have caught one of them polar bears and he had a bearskin coat and some bearskin boots. And when he lived in a tent, he would have lived in an igloo because his intelligence would have dictated how to live in that environment. So understand, Muhammad is a nature. And abasharukum mithlukum. I am a mortal human being, mithlukum, like you. Our nature is like Muhammad. Our nature is like Adam, like all of the prophets. And if you obey Allah and this prophet, Allah will reward you. So there's not a person here that doesn't want to go to paradise. Jannah. Paradise. You think Satan wants you to enter paradise? I'm trying to go to paradise, brother. Paradise is not a place you go to, it's a condition you come into. And it gets bigger as you keep going. When you leave this physical material matter body, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So our destination is paradise. And one of the things the Prophet said, he said, وَمِفْتَحُ جَنَّةِ الصَّلَاةِ وَمِفْتَحُ الصَّلَاةُ تُهُورِ, that the key to the Jannah, the paradise, is Salat. And the key to Salat is Tahara, purity. Understand this now. If we as Muslims will pick up this Quran and think with it, you know what Allah going to do for your brain? It's going to expand. فَذَكْرِ إِنَّ فَاتِ الذِّكْرَ. Think. For thinking profits the thinker. You've been made a thinking being. No other human or no other animal, no other creation has been made to think like you and solve problems and issues. Why don't you want to think? Why do you want everything automatic? Imam Qasim Ahmad, he said this once. He said, rituals are designed to preserve knowledge. You have to go into the ritual and get the knowledge out to find out what it is. I wish we had time at these Jumahs to explain to you that just doing prayer and up and down and etc. and call it a day and you feel good. When you recite the Quran and don't understand nothing out of it, just because you say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen and you ain't thought on Alhamdulillah, you ain't thought on وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ, you haven't thought on it. فَاسْبِرْ إِنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ, you haven't thought on it. This is not a ritualistic book. The rituals are designed to preserve your reputation, your recitation of it, but you have to think. No other animal, no other creature can do that. You can. You go to these grandiose universities, and they spend hours and hours of study, memorizing texts and etc., and then they think. You have to think. I don't care how many degrees you get. When you come to the job and you present all your qualifications, they say, yes, Mr. Ahmed, I see you have 2 PhDs, a couple of masters. You've been very prolific in your studies. Can I ask you a question? Yes, sir. What do you want? What kind of experience do you have? Well, I really haven't had a chance to get the experience. Okay, get with Bobo over there. He knows how to run everything, and learn from him. Let me tell you something. Allah says in the Quran, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. He taught, God taught Adam. Can you imagine God being your teacher, your professor, and then place you in an environment called Jannah? وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ زَوْجُكَ جَنَّةً وَكُلَا مِنْهَا رَغَدًا حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا. Then we place Adam and his mate in this environment. وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةَ فَتَكُونَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Don't go near that. And then all of a sudden, فَأَزَلَّهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ عَنْهَا فَأَخْرَجُهَا مِمَّا كَانَ فِيهِ. Then Satan caused him to slip. So I'm reading Quran, and then I see here it said, فَتَلَقَّى آدَمُ مِنْ رَبِّهِ كَلِمَاتًا فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ إِنَّهُ هُوَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ. So I'm studying this, and I said, فَتَلَقَّى آدَمُ. Then Adam, and they translated, and Adam learned a word from his Lord. And I know that the word for learning is ta'allama. خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ ta'allama. The best of you, he that ta'allama the Quran wa'allamahu. So as a good student, I asked my teacher, I said, Imam Qasim Ahmad, I said, look, I said, this word right here is translated, fatalaqa is translated as learn. Then Adam learned. I said, but the word for learn in Arabic is ta'allama, to learn. Wherein lies the difference? He said, fatalaqa is learning by experience, empirical knowledge, being challenged by the environment, being challenged by the situation. So I said, so is this word kalimatan? I said, is this kalimatan? Is this the same as the kalima? He said, you know, I never thought about it like that, but yes. فَتَلَقَّى آدَمُ مِنْ رَبِّهِ كَلِمَاتًا فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ. And they translated in Adam learned a word. But that word is a big word. Kalimat. La ilaha illallah. Adam had to learn from experience after meeting with Shaitan in the environment. He had to learn to come right at God is still God, no matter what Satan comes up with. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Oh, good God Almighty. The Quran is powerful. It will help you against all of the Shaitanic influences. But it become a ritual book. A Ramadan book. You read it. I told the brother once, I said, look, brother, I lost my witness. I was in Oklahoma City, and we getting to do Tawaweh prayer. And the brother he was from Ghana. He was from Ghana. He was going to lead the Tawaweh. I said, can I ask you a question? Do you lead the Tawaweh at supersonic speed, or do you recite it where it can be understood? What do you mean, Imam? I said, you know, some of these players go there, they're going to super speed, so they go I said, that's what I'm saying. I don't like disrespecting the Quran when the Quran should be recited in slow rhythmic tones. So he said, no, brother Imam, I don't recite like that. I said, good. Look, Allah is my witness. I was tired because I was traveling, and I was tired, and I stood up to do Tawaweh prayer. You're tired, you know how you're tired when you're traveling. And his recitation was so good, it took all of the tiredness out of me, and my spirit held me up. It was so wonderful. Allahu Akbar. His recitation held my spirit up. It affected my spirit and held me up. So it took all the tiredness out of me because of the way he recited. Allahu Akbar. So this is the power of Quran. خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ. The best of you is he that learns the Quran and then teach it. And let me tell you something. This is why I wanted to give this talk today. مَا مَنَعَكَ أَلَّا تَسْجُدَ. What is preventing you from learning the Quran when Allah said, I command you? Where did command come? Iqra, bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. You know, Iqra is a command form of the verb. Iqra, bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. And it was given to someone who couldn't read, and here you read everything and still don't read. So those are questions I had, and I asked Allah, bless me, O Allah, to promote your Quran. The people want to learn your Quran. Your servant, these are your servants. I told my son, I said, every time before I do a Jumah, I do a dua. Oh Allah, bless me to reach your service with your book. You don't belong to me. My son is an imam. I told him, I said, these people, these are lost slaves. Ask Allah to guide you how to reach them with his book. That's my goal. He's here today. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I want to reach you with what Allah wants. What I want means nothing. I want what Allah wants. He wants you to have the Quran. He revealed it to Muhammad. Muhammad earned it for you and me. And he went through all kind of torture to get that book. Now that it's here and you got them all on the shelf, you come to these messages, they're all laying down on the floor and everything. I look, how come some of these messages? I said, how can you disrespect such a holy book? They look sideways, upside down, flipped over, dirty, everything. How can you disrespect Allah's word? Because you disrespect it in your life. So it's up to you. I was at a Jumah a couple of weeks ago. I'm on the front row, buddy, man. The man is texting on his phone. This ain't the first time I had to make the correction, but he right in my face on the phone. I told him, I said, the angels are on the front row. I hope one of them grab it and throw it out. I told him at another place they was talking on the phone. I said, how can you disrespect Allah's Jumah that he gave to you? And then they said, brother, you shouldn't talk in the Jumah. You shouldn't do this. But you're texting and talking on the phone and etc. That's just like breaking wind. If you break wind, you got to get up and go make wudu. So get out of here, I told him. Get out of here doing that. I'm going to demand respect for the Jumah that Allah set up in the Quran. So just because you sell liquors and pork and all these other things, don't come to the house of God with your bad behavior. I'm here to help clean you up, you with your weak self. That's what I told them. You're weak. I used to hate it. I used to march against them when they did it. I said, but now, I understood that they were weak Muslims. And my job is to make you strong. Why? The Prophet ﷺ, he said, whenever you see a wrong, change it with your hand. If not with your hand, then with your tongue. And if not with your tongue, then at least detest it in your heart. Well, I can do it with my tongue because I'm speaking. I'm going to tell you something, brother. Straighten up, tighten up. Let's take this religion and deliver it to the world like Allah wanted us to do, like the Prophet wanted us to do. He sacrificed for this. He's a noble man, a noble leader, honorable leader. No one has suffered like him. And now that we have the book that Allah gave to him to give to us, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Surely we sent it down and revealed it as an Arabic Quran, that perhaps you can become intelligent. And I'm telling you, brothers, who are always scared of Arabic. Arabic class, boom, we run, hide in a corner like a roach. No! If your soul is right, Allah will bless you. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُتَّكِرٍ. And certainly we have made this Quran very, very, Yassarna is very, very easy to learn and understand. It is anyone who will apply themselves. You don't apply yourself to electronics, to algebra, chemistry, all of these sciences that Allah put into creation. Apply yourself to the Quran and watch us change this world. Watch us change this world and make this world new like Allah wants it. Allahu Akbar. So we thank him. I'm happy to be here in the capital city of the United States of America called Washington, D.C. And I was careful this time, Brother Imam. Last time I said some things, just 2 minutes worth. And they took it off the air because I was making corrections. I'm not going to make those corrections today. There's a lot I like to say. They will never put this Jumah on the air. Well, we're going to get to it. Allah's guiding my heart. I'm asking him to bless me. But I'm a strong talker. I don't mess around. I've come from the highways and the byways. Anytime you can see Allah's work. And I tell people like this. I say, you want to see a miracle of Allah? Look at it. Here it is. Out of the ghettos of Chicago. Gang banging and all other kind of things. And Allah blessed me to come to this religion under the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yes, Allahu Akbar. Because they don't like to say that. But Imam, you shouldn't. How it made him honorable? Allah did. How did he do that? Karam Bani Adam. He honored all of the children of Adam. And all of you to think you're so honorable with your mistakes, Allah will judge you. Let God judge him. It's his creation. Yes. We're going to straighten it out. That's why he raised us up out of the belly of the United States of America. And we are now qualified to go around this world. How you know, Brother Imam? I've been there. I've been many places. Brother Imam, where did you study? Did you study in Mecca, Medina? Never studied over there. I only learned from Imam Qasim Muhammad and his father, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You never been overseas to study? I said, no. One big brother from Africa, he grabbed me, he said, let me pull your spirit into mine. And he was squeezing me. He was giving my spirit out, so I had to do a martial art move to get loose. Because he really wanted it. I thought he was just happy. He really wanted it. I told a group at a masjid in Richardson, Texas years ago. I told them, and they were a lot of Muslims from overseas, about 5, 6, 7, 800 of them. I said, look, don't be mad at me because I got this spirit. You can have the same spirit I got. All you have to do is go through 400 years of slavery. And you'll get it. My genes in me. Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, all of them just like me. Go ahead, brother. You get the religion again. That's what's moving me. We've been released from under great pressure, and Allah has raised us up. And you think I'm going to deny God now? You think I'm worried now? What's going on now? When I know where I've been and know where I am and I know what I can do with this book? Oh, you got the wrong dude. I'm for real. So I entreat you and ask you strongly, pick up your Quran. It will do miracles for you. Learn the language of the Quran that it was revealed in. I'm not talking about all that Arabic. I'm talking about Quranic Arabic. It's a difference. The Arabs knew Arabic when they were reciting poetry around the Kaaba and running around there naked. They knew Arabic. They were still savages. It wasn't until Muhammad's kind nature that Allah revealed upon him the Quran to begin to educate them about even the language they were speaking. So don't be offended. This is a great book. I invite you to it. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين وأقم الصلاة
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. Let's make sure our rows are straight. Let's stand shoulder to shoulder. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum. Again, we have some announcements. Again, for those who are leaving, please do so quietly. So those who listen to the announcement also, we have some people making the extra prayers. We want to thank Imam Qasim for accepting the invitation to be with us today. Some of you might not know, but this month is America's Islamic Heritage Month, this month, October here. Imam Qasim is here for this weekend to be a key speaker on the subject, and in fact, he's already started. And he's representing the history of Islam in America, which is what this month is all about. We want to thank our mayor for making that proclamation as well. So he's going to be, in fact, speaking tonight from 6 to 8. Both of these times are going to be, 3 of these times are going to be at the museum. So 6 to 8 tonight at the museum. Main topic is understanding the history and contributions and transition of the Nation of Islam. And tomorrow from 1 to 3. And then again, from 3:30 to 4:30, we're going to have a panel with him, and there are going to be others going to be on that panel as well. So 3 times to continue to hear our brother Imam. And you see, he got a lot more to give. I was getting concerned about the end because he was getting excited, so I was thinking he was going to talk to that 6 o'clock for a minute there, but he cut it down. I'm allowed to save that energy for later, inshallah. Okay, also next week now, we're also dealing with the history. We're going to be having a community appreciation at 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock at the Holy Redeemer Church for the community, highlighting the pioneers who went through that struggle for the foundation of Islam here in America. That'll take place next Saturday, again from 1 to 4. So hopefully you will join us for that event as well. We also have events coming up in the city. We'll be speaking on the subject, Can Love Really Overcome Hate? We'll be one of the panelists on Tuesday, October the 24th. October the 24th from 6 to 8 at the Metropolitan AME Church. Again, October 24th, there'll be 6 panelists, and we're one of the panelists on that event as well. We have a rally coming up called Stand Up for Humanity. That's going to take place on November the 3rd. At the Lincoln Memorial Reflection Pool. We expect to have a large gathering of religious leaders there addressing the topic of standing up for humanity. Hope to see you there. That's going to be at 6:30 on November the 3rd. Also, you know, we are hosting A Time to Be Grateful Muslim Journal, the oldest Muslim newspaper in America. The theme this year is Shared Freedom Space. Reaffirming citizenship obligations and responsibilities. So get your tickets and get online. Make sure you don't miss that event. The whole weekend is going to be a very exciting weekend. That's been planned, so inshallah. Yes, sir. Okay. Also, for those who have to leave now, if you can't make the event, so here, Brother Imam Qasim, he does have CDs from all his travels and things in different subjects right outside here. And make sure you stop by there and support the work he's doing. We thank Allah for him and the work that he's doing and his sharing and giving the Quran and what Allah has put into him. And also, certainly we had to take from the day on sale as well downstairs. Okay, the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts is progressing well. If you don't have a son that's not in either one, please get in contact with Mansa Musa. If you want to support that program. Study Out Islam class. Again, we know Imam Qasim, one of the regular presenters there too, comes on every Sunday at 10 o'clock. And again, the whole year's theme is really addressing the history of Islam in America from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, etc. So make sure you get involved. This week's theme is on what was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's message
to the black man. So we have that coming up. Share distribution. Again, this is one of the things we're involved in. Share, we know, provides groceries for a very limited price. The distribution is going to be taking place October 21st from 7 to 8. And again, we need strong men to help package the packages and also deliver them to seniors and others who need these groceries. And those are the okay, those are the main announcements. Inshallah, if you got your bulletin, get the other announcements from the bulletin. And again, we hope to see you later tonight for Imam Qasim at the museum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.